students. In the last class, we have discussed some basic definitions related to probability. In this class, we will discuss some problems related to that. Almost all the problems are same. Here we will solve only few problems. The remaining things you have to do yourselves. So in the previous class, we have learned the theory part. There we have discussed one formula, probability of getting any event, and that is equal to number of outcomes which is favorable to E divided by total number of possible outcomes. And after that we have also learned the probability of getting any event that should be in between 0 and 1. And that complement also we have learned complement event. In that part we have learned probability of getting an event plus probability of getting its complement, that is equal to 1. And then in this exercise part we will use these formulas and those theory parts. On the basis of that we will solve problems. So first question, that is, a bag contains a red ball, a blue ball and a yellow ball. All the balls being of the same size. Anjali takes out a ball from the bag without looking into it. What is the probability that she takes out? First one, yellow ball. Second one, a red ball. And third one, a blue ball. So what we have to do here, when we write the answer part, first thing you have to remember, for every problems you have to write the formula first. What is the formula? Probability of getting an event E is equal to number of outcomes favorable to E divided by total number of possible outcomes. So in this question, what is the total number of balls? So there is a red ball and a blue ball and yellow ball. So total number of balls, that is 3. So there we can see one red ball and one blue ball and one yellow ball. So total number of balls is equal to 3. And then if you consider probability of getting a yellow ball, and that is equal to, here only one yellow ball is there but total 3 balls are there. So the probability that should be 1 by 3. Similarly, probability of getting a red ball, because only one red ball is there, total 3 balls are there, there also 1 by 3 you will get. And third one, probability of getting a blue ball, and that is also 1 by 3. And next question, that is, if the probability of winning a game is 5 by 11, what is the probability of losing the game? So if you consider the complementary event, then here the first event is winning a game. What should be its complement? That is losing a game. So both the events we can consider, one we can consider as one event, and second one we can consider as its complement. So we have already learned the formula, probability of getting an event E plus probability of getting its complement, that is equal to 1. That is same as here, probability of winning a game plus its complement, that is probability of losing a game, that is equal to 1. But probability of winning a game that is given, that is 5 by 11. So we can write 5 by 11 plus probability of losing a game is equal to 1. Then how to find out probability of losing a game? If you subtract 5 by 11 from 1, then we will get 6 by 11. So probability of losing a game, that is equal to 6 by 11. And next question, that is, a bag contains 5 black, 7 red and 3 white balls. A ball is drawn at random from the bag. Find the probability that the ball drawn is first one red and second one black or white and third one not black. So total how many balls are there? Here 5 black balls are there, 7 red balls are there and 3 white balls are there. So total 5 plus 7 plus 3, total we can see 15 balls. Then here we can see 5 black balls and 7 red balls and 3 white balls. So if you consider black or white balls, then what should be the number of black or white balls? Total 5 black balls are there, and then 3 white balls are there. So altogether 5 plus 3, 8 black or white balls are there. Then total 15 balls are there. Among them 5 are black. Then if you consider not black, then it should be 15 minus 5, that is equal to 10. That is 10 balls are not black. Then we can move to the first question, that is probability of getting red balls. That is equal to total 15 balls are there, among them 7 are red, so it should be 7 by 15. We are using the formula probability of getting an event is equal to number of outcomes favorable to E divided by total number of possible outcomes. And second one, probability of black or white. So what is the possibility of getting a black or white ball? That is 8. So the answer should be 8 by 15. And then not black, that is 10. So probability of getting a non-black ball, that should be 10 by 15. So its simplest form we can write as 2 by 3. And the next question, that is a die is thrown once. What is the probability that the first one the number is even and second one number is greater than 2? So a die is thrown once. So what should be the sample space? So in sample space, how many outcomes should be there when we throw a die? The possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So its sample space is set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In which how many even numbers we can see? That is 3 even numbers we can see, such as 2, 4 and 6. Then when we consider a number which is greater than 2, so you have to see that here the question it is given that number greater than 2. So it should be 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 outcomes are there. Then we can move to the question. So first one, probability of getting a number which is even. So total 3 even numbers are there, and total number of outcomes, that is 6. So favorable outcomes 3 and total number of outcomes 6. So it is 3 by 6, that is equal to 1 by 2. So you have to remember, means each problem you have to write the formula. What is the formula? Probability of getting an event is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Next one, probability of getting a number which is greater than 2, that is 4 numbers are there which is greater than 2, so it should be 4 by 6 is equal to 2 by 3. And then next question, that is find the probability that the month of January may have 5 Mondays. First one if it is a leap year, and second one if it is a non-leap year. Here look at the question. Here the month it is given January. So if it is a leap year or if it is a non-leap year, that will not make any difference in the month of January, because if it is a leap year, then also the total number of days in January, that should be 31. If it is not a leap year, then also it should be 31. Only the change is in the month of February. So we can when we consider the answer part, then total number of days in January, that is 31 days are there in the month of January. So from that 31 days, how many complete weeks we can take? That is 4 complete weeks we can take. That means 4 into 7, 28 days we are getting, and after that 3 days are remaining. So those 3 days, how to allocate those 3 days? In a week total 7 days are there, but 3 days are remaining. So probability of getting 5 Mondays, that should be 3 by 7, because 3 days are remaining in a week, total 7 days are there, so the probability that should be 3 by 7. So then there should be one doubt that which are the possibilities getting 5 Mondays. So the possibilities are either it can be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or it can be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. These three are the possibilities for getting 5 Mondays. And then second part is if it is not a leap year. I already told you it will not make any difference if it is a leap year or non-leap year when we consider the month of January. But when we consider the month February, definitely it will make difference. And the next question, that is, a box contains 19 balls bearing numbers 1, 2, 3 up to 19. A ball is drawn at random from the box. Find the probability that the number on the ball is first one a prime number, second one divisible by 3 or 5, and third one neither divisible by 5 nor by 10, and fourth one an even number. So total how many numbers are there? The numbers are from 1 to 19, so we can see total 19 numbers. So from that 19 numbers, how many prime numbers we can consider? So the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19. Altogether 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 prime numbers we are getting out of 19 numbers. So first thing, it is probability of getting a prime number, that is equal to 8 by 19. And next one, divisible by 3 or 5. From these 19 numbers, how many numbers are there which is divisible by 3 or 5? So the numbers are 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 12, 15 and 18. Here also you can see 2, 4, 6, 8 numbers are there. So 8 favorable outcomes are there. Total number of outcomes, that is 19. So we can say that probability of getting a number divisible by 3 or 5, and that is equal to 8 by 19. And next thing, that is neither divisible by 5 nor by 10. That means the numbers which is not divisible by 5, also it is not divisible by 10. So for considering that one, first we will consider means we will use that complementary event. First we will consider the numbers which are divisible by 5 or 10. So when we consider the numbers divisible by 5 or 10, only 3 numbers we are getting, that is 5, 10 and 15. That means only 3 numbers are there which is divisible by 5 or 10. Then what we can say about the remaining numbers? All the remaining numbers should be not divisible by 5, also 10. So 3 numbers are divisible by 5 or 10. That means the remaining 16 numbers are not divisible by 5 or 10. So we can say that probability of getting a number which is neither divisible by 5 nor divisible by 10, that is equal to 16 by 19. And next one, that is probability of getting an even number. So how many even numbers we can take from those 19 numbers? The numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like that. 9 numbers we will get as even numbers. So the probability that should be 9 by 19. So many more problems are there, but almost all the problems are same. So what you have to do is you have to try yourself. Definitely you will get the answer. Then you can complete the exercise.